This video is brought to you by Scopic.com. Get yours now.
Hey guys, welcome back. This is underKG.com. What we have here is the Google Pixel. Yes, it's been a while. We're busy. Anyway, here's the Pixel. There are two versions, Pixel and the Pixel XL. XL being obviously larger than the Pixel. So you have the smaller one here. Here is the packaging. And this is the first phone from Google that they managed the hardware and the software by themselves. Although the hardware, the phone itself, is built by HTC. So here's the packaging. Opening up, we have a very simple packaging. We have the phone itself right here. It comes in numbers of different colors, and what we have here is called the Very Silver. So the Very Silver phone right there. And here is the manual packet right there with the, what is that? The safety guide, the SIM card removal tool, and the USB, the connection guide to transfer your data, seemingly an iPhone, to your new Pixel, and the Google Assistant guide, and that's pretty much it. And the USB Type-C cable is right here, as it uses the USB Type-C port, obviously, and the little adapter right here if you want to transfer the data from your old phone or use your keyboard, mouse, or USB flash drive with your phone. And on the right hand side, we have the charger and a USB Type-C cable. Why do we have two cables? That's because we have the charger with the USB Type-C port on the one side. While most of the PCs that you will be using to transfer the photos or music to your phone will have the USB Type-A port, in which you can use this kind of cable. That's pretty much all we have inside the packaging, so we're going to put that aside and move on to the phone. So here's the phone itself. There's a little guide printed on your cover telling you how to use your Google Assistant, which is Google's artificial intelligent personal assistant AI system. And here we go with the phone. And this is the Google Pixel in very silver color. So we're going to power that on and tell you the details while it boots up. What you see on the front side is a 5 inches of a full HD panel. It's an AMOLED one, and there's an 8 megapixels of a camera, receiver, sensors right there, and no keys, as it is built in as a soft key, as they always do with the Nexus and the Pixel phones. It's a de facto Google standard to put the keys as a soft key. On the right hand side, we have the power key and the volume rocker. On top, we got the earphone jack that Google was pretty proud of it in their commercial, unlike Apple, who got rid of it. And on the left hand side, we got the SIM card tray. No micro SD card slot here. That's a Nexus tradition, except for the very few early Nexus, like the Nexus 1. On the bottom, we have the USB Type-C port and a speaker right there. The rear is rather pretty simple with that 12 megapixels camera with the dual LED flash, and that still has a top score from the DxO Mark Mobile. Following that is a fingerprint reader, which you can also use for gestures like pulling down your notification bar. There's a little Google logo and an antenna line right there, along with the one right there and there. That's also antenna lines. And since the phone is done booting up, let's go ahead with the settings. Okay, after the rather short settings process, we have it here in the Pixel launcher. So you can swipe from the bottom to bring out the app drawer right there. It's possibly one of the purest form of stock Google Android, so it has no bloatware, no nothing. It has pretty much the simplest form of the built-in apps. One of the few notable things here is the Google Photos come with unlimited storage, and you get to have the 24/7 support, and it of course supports the Daydream VR, along with a Snapdragon 821 quad-core processor and 4 gigs of RAM. As a storage, you have a choice of 32 or 128 gigabytes of storage. Running up all that is a 2770 milliamps of battery built in, and you can use that USB Type-C port and the bundle charger, which is going to allow you 7 hours of talk time only with 15 minutes of charging. So that was a brief look and unboxing for the Google's very own smartphone, Google Pixel. And meanwhile, you guys can meet us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and Google+, and we'll see you guys later. Ciao.